wrestling fans.
Hey, this is Kiro Fernando. You're watching Pro Wrestling
And hello to you. This is Brad from Pro Wrestling Junkies, and welcome to an episode of Show and Tell. Today's episode is going to be a little more tell than show, but that's exactly why I wanted this episode to happen. We have our guest, Sean Gormley. We've had him on Getting to Know a Junkie before, but today he's coming to tell us all about the Jericho Cruise. I'm sure I'm not calling it the correct name, but you get the idea. I'm wearing my Jericho shirt today in honor of that. So let's get to it. Hello, Gorm. How are you?
Hey, Brad. I just got chills watching that over again.
Oh, that's awesome. So was that the end of the cruise?
That was the middle of the cruise. That was actually taped on Tuesday of the week. It was pre-recorded. So we were actually in the Bahamas that Tuesday from like 8 a.m. to midnight. Okay. And that was taped around the same time, but we were told not to have our phones out because like nobody wanted the spoilers to be released before the TNT had shown it that Wednesday.
Got it.
Yeah. I think that was the first time I ever pre-taped.
I've been excited all day. I've said it to my wife and kids so many times. I mean, they've been saying Gorm all day long, you know, because they know I was very excited about hearing about this.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to know about this. What's the name of the cruise? I just called it the Chris Jericho Cruise.
There's different names you can call it, but I'm actually on the website right now, and the one that's in October is called Triple Whammy. So the one that was last January was called the Chris Jericho Rock and Wrestling Rager at Sea Part 2. So it was deux, meaning like two, because Chris speaks, I think, French Canadian. So that's the name of the second one. So I think the first one was just the Chris Jericho Rock and Raging Wrestling Rager at Sea. Yeah, that's the name, but people just call it the Jericho Cruise. There's but this is what it says on my shirt, so this is what I kind of go by.
Oh, cool. How much did that cost you?
This was free, so in order to have gotten this shirt, you had to be one of the first 400 passengers to book for the cruise, so you got a free t-shirt.
All right.
For 400, yeah. This is from Pro Wrestling Tees.
Oh, okay. I'm going to ask you a ton of questions because I've always wanted to know about what happens on the cruise, but I could go on the internet. I'm lazy, so this is perfect. When I found someone, okay, let's start. When did you first? the cruise that you went on, when did you first catch wind that tickets were going on sale?
So I was supposed to go on the very first one back in October of 2018, but plans fell through and I had to get reimbursed my money. So 2 years ago in January of 2019, there was a pre-sale that went on for those who had already went on the first cruise in October of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So my buddy that I was going on with had that pre-sale code. So he was able to be the one of the first 400 to book. So we booked it around this time 2 years ago, and then you had to pay like every other month.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Now, how much? So you were going to be sharing a stateroom with someone?
We shared a balcony suite. It could fit up to 4 people, but it's perfect for 3. So that's what we had. Yeah.
That's nice. So do you mind if I ask you prices and stuff?
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah.
Okay. How much did this room cost you total? And I assume you split it in whatever ways.
It was a fair price, but I would say it had to be between 800 and 1,000 per passenger, but they were really good with like breaking it up into like 5 payments.
And that's really not that bad of a price to go on a cruise with. It's a suite that has a balcony.
Definitely, and for what it included for the 5 days, it was definitely like worth. It could have been worth more, but it was just like it was priceless. The trip was priceless, but.
So where does the cruise, like, where do you embark?
Okay, so you embark at the port of Miami. So you're flying, people are coming to Miami.
Okay, the worst airport in the world.
Yeah.
So it's a 5-day cruise. Are there stops along the way? Like, was there an itinerary like before you got on the ship?
Yeah, so the itinerary was released the month before, so everyone kind of knew what to do. So like the first day was just basically everyone getting on the boat. And
was that crazy?
It wasn't so hectic because they broke everything up into like divided times between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. and everyone had to be on the boat, I think, at least by 3:34 because we left at like 6:30.
Can I ask you 2 questions? I'm sorry. Do you fly into Miami the day of, or did you come in like the night before?
They advise you to come to the location within 48 hours because January, obviously, a lot of people in the Northeast were getting, hit with snow, and even in the Midwest, there actually was a storm that weekend, and some people, their flights were getting pushed back to Sunday. So people who were supposed to be, getting in by Saturday evening weren't getting into like late Sunday night. But other than what I've heard, I've got there Saturday afternoon.
Okay, and then went straight to the port?
No, we actually stayed probably a hotel. Yeah, we stayed.
Sunday was the first day you would get on the boat.
Monday was.
Got it.
Sunday, they were like, please get there. Like, please get to Miami.
Oh, my other question before we go further, just because it'll come. Do you drink?
I do. Not occasionally, but definitely like if it's a good time, I'll drink. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to know that for the rest of the tale for my questions. All right. Okay, so when your buddy got the tickets, is the airfare part of the package, or that you're on your own?
No, you're kind of on your own for that. So he had booked the flight and the hotel, I think, on Expedia.
Okay.
Probably I would say that October, or maybe even in the summertime of 2019, just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's day of, and you get on the ship. Like, do you go straight to your room, or do you go straight to get something to eat? What's the scene like when you first get on, like the main floor of the ship?
It was really like intense, especially for me being it my first time going on the ship. So
Mm-hmm.
what happens is like if you get an Uber or a Lyft to the port, you
Mm-hmm.
get out of the car and then there's people there to greet you and take your luggage. So I
Oh,
had several hundreds of dollars in my like luggage that I forgot to take with me. So when you get on the boat, you have to set up let me pull it. You have to set
sure,
up this thing. It's your key card and you use this throughout the whole duration of the cruise. This is to
sure.
get you your drinks, your merch, everything. So I
Uh-huh.
did not have money going on to the boat because my luggage did not get to our room until
Yeah.
9 o'clock that night. So
It took
after my
that long to get
it
your
took
luggage on?
that long
Okay.
for the people. So literally, I had to use my friend's card because he had money on it.
Uh-huh.
So I had to pay state tax for the drink. The package for the drink was 400 all you can drink. And that
Okay.
was due like that November of 2019. So after my third drink, they were like, your card has been blocked. So after that, I was kind of like, what's going on?
Yeah.
So it was cool, like just getting onto the ship, but
Uh-huh.
then there was several people at the front desk trying to add money to their card, try to
Mm-hmm.
get like excursions situated for when we got to
Yeah, yeah.
Bahamas on Tuesday.
Do you go get some food after you kind of check out the scene? Like, do you go up and get some, like, to the buffet?
So, yes, after about an hour, everybody kind of got situated. It was kind of the whole like you get on a boat, you meet and greet with, um, other of the passengers that
Mm-hmm.
got on, and just be like, oh, like where are you from, and whatnot. And
Is
then
it just a sea of wrestling fans with wrestling shirts and?
yes,
Uh,
people from like that was the crazy thing too, going into this cruise just about 2 months before the pandemic hit. There
mm-hmm.
were a lot of people from like England, Australia, New
Wow.
Zealand, Germany. Yeah, but I'll get into it later. Like after we got off of the boat, a lot of people started to get sick.
No way.
I'll get into that later.
Okay,
Like,
okay, okay.
yeah, I'll save that.
So you go up, you get some food. There's tons of people. Um, are you like going back to your room frequently to see if your bag has gotten there yet?
So we go to our room when we're at the port to see what
Okay,
it looks like, and just to
sure.
get the feel. And
Uh-huh.
they make you buy like your wooders and whatnot. So I had bought like 3 packages of water, and they were already
Oh, nice.
there. We had a couple drinks on the balcony, then we went back out onto the main deck,
Okay.
and the more and more people were, you could see like it was changing. Like a lot of people were starting to fill up and a lot of people were eating. I think at one point they actually ran out of food.
Oh,
And then we had to like wait because there was different parts of the boat where you could get food or get it. They had different sections. You could get
like,
like Japanese, Mexican, and there was just different.
and
But
did
the
they have like
main,
a main dining room
the
and then
main
like a
dining,
Lido deck? Like,
yes, the main one, yeah.
mm-hmm. Um, okay, so you get kind of situated. You guys are drinking a bit. Um, and so finally everyone gets on, and 5 o'clock it starts shipping away. What kind of things when was the first like event that started?
So the guy who ran it was Fluffy, the guy that's the comedian. He was the host of the cruise. So he
Okay.
and his son came out and they were handing out all the shots for everybody, like that were standing around the top, that were standing, because we were all told to like be there by a certain time because Fozzy was gonna kick off the cruise and start singing. And when Jericho started playing Nowhere to Run, his like one that new song that came out,
Uh-huh.
That's when the boat started moving, and it was just.
Oh, it was timed just
It
for
was,
that.
yeah, he started like playing 3 or 4 songs, and then after he played that, he played like another like 5 or 6, and time was just going, and everyone was having a great time. So yeah, that was kind of like the send off, and they did that before on the first cruise that I heard.
Okay,
So that was probably one of my favorite moments because we were all there together. We all had our shots. We all like did a toast, and
that's so cool.
it was like, okay, 2020 is our year, and then look what happens.
Yeah, the rug's pulled out. So at this, while Fozzie's playing, are people drinking and smoking and all that stuff?
Majority were drinking, smoking. I'm not sure they had to go to like a specific area for that.
No, I mean like dope. Not like
cigarettes.
What?
I think so. There was a couple people that I met that might have been doing it, but I'm not
using
sure.
pens.
Yeah.
Okay. But my main point is, we're like, so you guys are watching Fozzie. Are the bars packed? Like, if you wanted to try and go get a beer, or do they have like waitresses come out like it?
They did. So like I said, like I didn't have my card, so I couldn't give that to the waitress to buy me a drink. So my friend would always go every half hour, and we were safest spot.
Okay.
Because after the performance, they put on live matches. So he would go every half hour and get us drinks. So that was the whole thing between 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. before I could even get my money.
Oh my God, that must have been so frustrating.
But when you got into the Bahamas, it was no tax, everything. So that's where they were getting me, was like being in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But once you got into international waters.
Exactly.
So while Fozzie's playing that first, at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whenever it is, or at nighttime, is there a ring already set up?
Oh yeah, the ring was being set up at 3 o'clock, but everything was situated when everyone got onto the main deck.
Was it cool watching the ring get set up?
Yes, in a way. I mean, I've seen rings being taken down, but I never seen really rings being put up. Like after a show, they would be taking down a ring. I would never be somewhere where they would be setting it up. But just like anything, it was just normal. They had to cover a part of the pool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, there I am again. So Fozzie goes off. They played their set. What are the match? How long's like the intermission, and then when do matches start?
So where I was standing to look at the stage, all you had to do was just flip around, and you're looking at the ring. So I was in the far back when Fozzie was playing, but when the matches started, I was probably, I would say like row 3 or 4, but everything was standing.
Okay, was it hard to like get through people to like get up closer?
I was in my same spot for 4 hours, except for the time that I didn't go anywhere really. I didn't go to the bathroom. I just stayed where I was.
Nice.
From probably like 5 to 9 p.m. Yeah.
Okay. All right, go on. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
So Fozzie ends, and then the matches.
Yeah. So there's about 3 matches that they did. They weren't taped. They were live. And then after that, everyone kind of just, did their own thing. If they wanted to go to the casino, they went to the casino. I was not always with the people I was sharing the room with.
On purpose or?
Not on purpose, but they wanted to do some things that I didn't want to do. There was so much. Like, you had a schedule every day from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. or even up to 2 a.m. where you could see a comedy show. You could see Fozzie play, but at the same time Fozzie's playing, you could be somewhere else doing something. It's just kind of your preference of like, what do you want to do that day?
So first night, was there like a dinner seating in like the main dining room?
It was kind of like you pick and go, and then if there was anywhere to sit, you could sit. But I know at some of the restaurants you had to make a reservation.
Now, did they seat you, like you and you? So you were with 2 other friends?
Yeah, yes. So there was 3
Do they seat you with just randomly with like, at tables with other people you just don't, you don't know? Or it's like you guys sit, your own table? Like if you're in like the main dining hall?
Like the main dining hall is literally like, if you sit there, somebody could walk up and be like, "Hey, can I sit with you?" And you're like, "Yeah, absolutely." Like no one else is sitting. There might
Yeah,
be
yeah.
2 empty chairs. So that's kind of how it was. How I met people because I was like, "Hey,
Okay.
there's seats over here. If you're looking for a seat, you can sit at my table if
Nice.
you want." Yeah.
It's nice
Um,
making connections over food. It's very easy.
yeah, definitely.
Do you like what you're eating? Yeah. Do you like what yours? You know what I mean? It's
Right.
real quick conversation.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you go? Are you a casino person?
No.
Okay. Me neither. Okay. So what time did you go to bed? The first night.
So we left that Monday.
Hmm.
I want to say I think I got back to the room by 2:30.
And were you so happy when your luggage came?
I was happy to see that it got there because then I didn't have to worry because I had my name tags and everything, and I just
Yeah.
everything got there okay. All my money was in there. I went straight to the guest services. I put money on my card. That was basically like what I did because
Does the
everyone had
card? Does that $400 cover like if you wanted a Coke, or like
definitely
anything?
anything.
Was there ever a point during the cruise you were drinking out of a pineapple?
No,
Okay. Or
there
a
was
coconut?
people drinking out of coconuts. I think.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so it's the end of night one. You probably they slip the itinerary for the next day under your door or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yes.
What kind of, when was the first stop? Was there any days at sea? Go on.
Oh no. Okay, so the first stop was actually the next day because we
Okay.
got to the Bahamas at 7 a.m. and I remember waking up and not even being tired. I think I was just like so excited after the first day.
Yeah. Did
Everyone
you
was
get
just,
up early on purpose to like get out and use all the day? Or did you sleep late?
I think actually when we docked, I just woke up and when I looked out the balcony, like the sun was still coming up.
Okay.
And we were in the Bahamas. We were in
Nice.
Nassau.
Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. I've gotten off there several times.
Yeah.
It's very colorful, right?
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
outside. Oh, quick question. What was the cruise line?
Norwegian.
Norwegian. Okay. Okay, so are you getting off the boat? Are you like going shopping? Are you going to a beach?
So my plan personally for me out of myself and my roomies
Mhm.
was to go snorkeling
Nice.
and parasailing. I did the parasailing and then after parasailing I had to rush back to do the snorkeling to get back
Okay.
on the boat. Get on the boat because it took us out.
Okay.
And this is kind of where I'm seeing like a lot of the wrestlers, and it's like so cool, and you're just seeing them, doing their thing.
Are
And
they constantly surrounded by people? You know what I mean? Like fans constantly coming up to them, or they can just go snorkeling by themselves and no one's bothering them.
some of them, I think, were bothering some of the superstars.
Hmm.
I don't recall like any like altercation, but when
Hmm.
you're on that boat, you're guaranteed to run into the same people at least 3 to 4 times.
Okay, okay. And do
So
you like stop and ask for like take pictures or sign something?
if they look busy, I won't. But
Hmm.
when I was in the main dining room and I was going up to the ice cream machine,
Hmm.
for instance, and like Luchasaurus was there. So I like asked him for a picture. Actually, when I was on the snorkeling, Jungle Boy sat next to me, and I didn't like say anything right away. But like
Did you
toward,
know though? Like as soon as
I
like you said, you're like, oh my god, Jungle Boy's next to me.
well, I knew it was him, but I was kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't want to like bother him because like he's a human too, and I'm not
Uh-huh.
gonna. Majority of everybody that was on that small boat going out there knew that he was on it, but
Hmm.
he tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, "Hey, bud, can I borrow your sunscreen?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely." So that
Hmm.
was kind of like the icebreaker, and we just were talking.
Did he
And
ask you to apply the sunscreen?
no,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it was a spray bottle.
Oh, okay, okay. Uh, okay. So, how was the snorkeling, by the way?
It was hard, but Jungle Boy made it look easy. he was like a good swimmer. I was like, I've done it before, but I was having trouble.
I have a hard time with getting the whole flipper thing going. When you went and took a picture with Luchasaurus, what was he? He was at the buffet?
Yeah, he was just leaving. I think he was with his girlfriend, and I think he was with Jungle Boy because it was later that day.
So you didn't see what he was eating? If he was eating just greens and stuff like that?
Oh, he was getting like dessert. Basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't know if he was like eating like just grasses and stuff like that.
Oh no.
Okay.
He wasn't wearing a face mask. He was actually.
It was just him.
Yeah.
Actually, that's probably like great for him. That probably cuts down. He could go out without his mask on, and a lot of people won't even know it's him. Well, yeah, actually, he's huge.
He was actually on a reality show.
Really?
He was on Big Brother.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that.
Yeah, and that's how people like knew.
Night. Okay, so you get off, you do your snorkeling and stuff. You come back on. What's going on night 2?
Okay, so night 2 was really hectic because a lot of people that were still on the boat the same time that everyone was out doing their excursions, people were getting a spot for the Dynamite taping.
Oh.
So I come back and I'm because there were theme nights. Wednesday night was supposed to be dressed up as a wrestler, and I remember telling you that back when we talked during my getting to know a junkie. So I had accidentally dressed up that night of Dynamite, and in that video package you could actually pinpoint me out by like seeing me in my gear, like wearing the costume.
Oh really?
Chris Jericho. Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I gotta look.
Yeah, you have to look back because I'm near the announcer's desk.
Okay.
And everyone it was crazy because like everyone else was like really doing their own thing, but I was just like in gear, and people were like thinking I was like gonna jump in the ring and do something.
Oh really?
And I'm just over here like I had my sunglasses on, because it was hilarious how people came up to me, were like, "Are you supposed to be on the show?" I got that same night I got back on the elevator. And Vicky Guerrero was like, "Did you compete?" And I said, "No." And I was just so embarrassed. And she's like, "Oh, I like your outfit." I said, "Oh, thanks. I thought tonight was the dress as a wrestler." Because then the next night I dressed up again, and then everybody was playing a character or a wrestler. They were all dressed up. And then Thursday night was 80s night. And then it's just so much.
Did you know about these theme nights prior to going on the cruise?
Yeah,
like they let you know so you can bring a costume and stuff. So we're now Tuesday night, and
we're still in the Bahamas.
Okay, and so what time do they start the matches at?
I want to say 7, an hour before, because I know there were things planned after, but I think it was from 7 to 9 that they were taping it. Yeah.
And does anyone not go to it? You know what I mean? Does someone say, "I'm just going to eat"?
See, the people that I was with, I knew that they didn't do any things off the boat. So they were on the boat all day. And I think that they secured a spot like ramp side by 4 o'clock.
Oh, God.
I had not gotten to my spot probably till 6.
Okay. So the matches are awesome. Is there any? So they only run the matches when they're docked, or can they run matches when they're out at sea? I'm saying for if boat gets into funny weather or something.
They did about 10 sets of live matches. So on your itinerary, it could say, okay, there's AEW matches going on from 3 p.m. till 5. And then there's matches going on from 7 to 9. And then there's matches going on from 11 to 1 a.m. So we were actually at sea sometimes where they were performing. And I'm thinking, they're jumping off the top rope as this boat is moving. And I'm just like, but we were docked for the Dynamite. We were docked.
I remember on being on cruises and I'd be eating and you have a glass water glass, and you see like the water is like that, So like, that's why I was surprised that they could do it at sea, but you didn't see like the wrestlers stumble.
No, well, the only thing I remember is that first night after Fozzy was playing, Britt Baker was making her entrance, and she just got blown, like the wind blew her as she got off the top rope, like doing her entrance, like standing on the ropes. Because she was a baby face, and she was facing Allie, and I just remember she was trying to take off her jacket, and her jacket just blew.
Oh, God.
And Aubrey had caught it, and we were all like, we were all chanting and whatnot.
So do you go to the 11 to 1 o'clock wrestling as well?
I did.
Or is like you're like doing other social stuff?
So I did a lot of the live matches. I would say at least 3.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw I think his name was Bruce Jangles. He was like a comedian. I think it was Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like a comedian show, and then like MVP was on the boat. He had his own podcast.
Oh, wow.
Going on talking about like the time when he was in prison. I think I went to that, and I also went to the Booker T was on the boat as well, and he had his own like little talk show thing. But a lot of the ones that I did go to was the Talk is Jericho podcast. So I went to a couple of those.
Is that first come, first serve?
Yeah. So
like as far as getting a seat or something?
It's not a seat. So basically where they performed for Fozzy is where the stage was.
Okay. It's outdoors. Now, are there like things during the day like, bingo, or I'm not saying bingo specifically.
Yeah, there was bingo.
Like you get a normal or trivia that's wrestling related, that kind of stuff.
There was bingo every day, and actually on the third day, my cabin mates and I won. We won cash. We won.
How much?
I think we split like 400 between 3 of us.
That's fine.
And then I used that money to buy Wi-Fi because I didn't have Wi-Fi for like 5 days.
Oh, Jesus.
And then like the last day, I was like, I want Wi-Fi.
Fine, you got free Wi-Fi then.
Yeah.
Okay, so night 2, and what time are you going to bed at night over these 5 days?
I'd probably say like 1:30, 2 o'clock, because there would be days where I would do a lot, and then I'll be sitting at I'll be sitting at the auditorium where somebody's speaking, and I'm getting put to sleep. And honestly, there was a lot of people that I met prior to the ship that were there. So I was like always running into people, always saying like, hey, what are you doing at this time? Maybe I can, tag along and go with you. Because I really didn't have anything to do. But going to sleep, I would say at least no later than 2.
Okay. Do they have wrestling on your TVs in the stateroom? Like, they have like WWE channel looping? Really?
No, not WWE. They have AEW matches.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. Oh, really? So there's a channel where it's just...
Yeah, they were having matches from like All Out 2019 playing, and then they would switch to like photos being taken. There was always some professional photographer. I would have to give you the link after this so you can actually like go on and see all the pictures, because it really gives you a whole perspective of like what happened and what went on.
Were there ever like meet and greet sessions?
Oh yeah. So you were told the week of what group you were in. So Wednesdays and Thursdays were basically the days for meet and greets. There would be different levels of who you would meet. Okay. So what you would have to do is you would have to get up early for your specific time and get in line and wrap around where they were doing the meet and greets in one of the dining areas. So day 1, there was a little selection of people who you can meet.
Okay.
You could meet like the women of AEW. You could meet like a tag team, like a champion, and like somebody else.
Okay, but you don't know.
You pick the ticket you want. You pick like the colored ticket, and they give it to you.
Is that something that's included in the price? Or
Oh, yeah, it's included. But like I said, yeah, you're not you can always meet them outside of the professional photographer taking pictures. But you get to pick and choose who you want to get a photo op with.
Yeah.
They don't sign, but there's like other the people that were guests. So for instance, like Vicky Guerrero, MVP, Jake the Snake, DDP. They didn't have. Well, they did. They did like a Legends meet and greet. There was like you meet the AEW talent, and then that same night later you meet somebody that's a legend. So the legend that you could select from were either Jake the Snake or Diamond Dallas Page, and then Razor Ramon or Booker T. So
who'd you pick?
I picked Booker T and DDP because I met the other two before.
Okay, so everybody's assigned a group. They say your group comes down on Wednesday morning, be here by 7 a.m. So then what happens? So then there's like a representative there, and what happens?
There's about some representatives, I think, for AEW, just to like let everybody know there's a line, and that there was another line for the other because everyone wanted to meet Moxley. So we were in my because like when you were there, you all had to be there in line. So myself and my two buddies, we had to be in line, but it didn't matter who we met. So we were in line for about a good 2 hours, and they were kind of like giving up. They were handing me their tickets. So the second session, I was able to meet all 4 people because remember I said you can only pick like 1 or 2, but I got to meet like Moxley, Hangman Page, Cody, and SCU, all in just one take.
Oh, this was to say. It's like you don't have to like get Moxley and then get back in line.
You did, but when you did, you were already in the area where there was a smaller line.
Yeah,
so the bigger line was wrapping around up top, and then you walk down steps and you're in the dining area. So as soon as I met Hangman Page, I ran over to Moxley's, and then I got a picture with him, and then I ran over to Cody's, and then the representatives were like, "Okay, if anyone wants extra tickets, here they are." And it kind of sucks because my buddies had, the one gave me the Cody ticket. So if I didn't get his ticket, I don't think I would have met Cody because, like I said, when you're on that boat, you run into a lot of them majority of the time. But when I was on the boat, I don't recall seeing the Young Bucks.
Oh, like you don't? They were there. You just never saw them.
There, but I never ran into them.
I'm sorry. This some of you said popped something in my mind. Did you ever see one fall down the stairs there? Like that main stairway, I imagine.
I did see somebody fall down the steps when they were drunk, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Not like the fancy one that you're talking about. There was like steps that they just fall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So meet and greets. So what? I think we're on Wednesday night. What's going on that night?
So Wednesday night was no meet and greets. I think the meet and greets, I apologize, were were Thursday and Friday because it was all day at sea.
Okay. That makes sense.
No. Day at sea. I'm getting confused. Wednesday and Thursday were the meet and greets. Wednesday night was dress up as a wrestler, and that's when it was like fun.
What was the coolest costume did you see? Or the most authentic?
Myself.
Oh, okay. If it wasn't you, second pick.
I don't. There would have to probably be like several of them. They actually had I can go on and on about like who dresses what, but they also had like dresses Ric Flair and when like the contest, and Ric Flair was on the boat too. Ric Flair actually flew into the Bahamas and then he left. Like he wasn't on the boat the whole time. So they had stuff like that. And then they had Fozzy play stuff from the 80s. And people were still like dressed up. I think it was the same night. Like people were dressed up as wrestlers, but people were dressed up as other things from like the 80s and 90s. Yeah, so it was different.
Did you meet Chris Jericho at all?
Yes, that was included with the first 400. So you got this T-shirt, and then you got the photo op with him. So I met him Wednesday before I think it was Wednesday before everything. Everyone got dressed up because nobody was dressed up when they met him because he was doing it Wednesday and Thursday, but my set day was Wednesday to meet him.
Okay. And was he really cool?
Yeah. It was like I said, with meeting like Undertaker and Stone Cold, it was kind of quick. It was like 10 seconds in and out, and then yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So are people at nighttime getting loaded? I'm not saying you, but like, are people just like nonstop drinking?
I would say yes and no, but some of the foreigner people could handle their alcohol or their liquor. I know the night that everyone got dressed, I just remember being like drunk, and I was like, that was probably the best night. But like I said, I wouldn't drink too much on the days because I didn't want nothing serious to happen. But there were people who were falling down and just getting wasted.
Oh, the people watching at nighttime on a cruise is the best. Did you, before I forget this one, did you get the full value of the $400 of drinks? Did you drink at least $400 worth of liquid?
Yeah, I would say yes. They had specific drinks named after wrestlers, so that was kind of like easy to just pick and choose.
Can you tell me, do you remember any offhand?
The Chris Jericho drink was called... What's the move he does where he does the back elbow? The Judas Effect? I think it was...
That might be it.
Oh, and no. The drink was named after his song, Days of the Week.
Okay.
D-A-Z-E. That one was good. That was a good drink.
Did you try them? How many of the wrestler-themed drinks did you have?
I think there was like 6 you could choose from. I think I tried at least 4 or 5 of them because the one didn't intrigue me.
Oh, okay. Well, that was good of you to try things out. I always tell my kids that that's a positive thing. Yeah. Okay, so you're dressed up. That night ends. Oh, what were your buddies dressed up as?
My one buddy didn't dress up, and the other one didn't dress up either.
Did they feel bad? They didn't bring a costume?
I don't think it bothered them.
Okay.
No, it didn't bother them. They had a good time regardless. But the other thing that was going on is that somebody brought 3 sets of 24/7 championship titles on the boat. With WWE, they do the 24/7. So I actually won it 3 times. Like I pinned somebody, I made somebody tap out, and I won it 3 times.
What do you mean you made someone tap out?
Like I put somebody in an armbar. I think I put somebody in like a submission hold, and
a stranger.
Well, yeah. I mean, if
now,
the belt,
but how did security determine if someone was getting assaulted or just getting?
What I did when I had the belt is I hid the belt underneath, like the jacket that I showed you. I hid that underneath it, so nobody knew I had it. So I was walking around majority of the time.
So if somebody saw it under there, like a little glimpse,
they were trying to
attack you.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, I almost knocked that over.
I pinned an old lady to win it.
Okay. Did you what? Did you ever spend the night with did you ever have it overnight?
I did, because after the first night I had it, and I was wearing like regular clothes, and I was able to attach it underneath my shirt, and then when I wanted to like defend it, I would walk around with it. And at the same time, I had won a fantasy football league, and I had my own championship belt. So when people saw that I had both, they thought I was putting both titles on the line. And I'm like, no, this other championship is staying with me because this is a part of a group, and I can't lose this belt.
That's a genius idea, but it's crazy to me that that they are okay with a little minor assault here and there.
Somebody brought it, and on the thing it says,
"Oh, this wasn't like the crews didn't endorse this thing."
No, this was
Got
like
it.
the fans did it. So
That makes me even more. Like, wow, how come security wasn't all over that?
It wasn't. It was like when I was champ or whatever. It was more so like, oh, you can like throw somebody down,
Yeah,
and then pin them, and then somebody would randomly be the ref, and then would be like,
that's
winner.
hilarious.
Like when I won it the day that we're getting on the boat, and I saw the belt, I knew what the rules of the 24/7 belt was. So when I won it, I ran to the back of the boat. I'm like, nobody's catching up to me. Nobody's gonna try to take it. So after I ran to the back, I secretly like hid it as if I said, "Oh, I lost it," but I still had it under me. I was still the reigning champ.
Yeah.
And I took it back to the stateroom, and on the thing it said, "Please snap your pictures to so and so on Snapchat." Like if you had the Wi-Fi, and then it says, "Please return it to room 10-2," or it was like a random room number. But the night that I dressed up, like in my gear, I lost it, and after that, I was like, "All right, I'm not gonna try to gain it back." But that was like something else too. That it was like somebody went out their way to bring 3 separate 24/7 belts and just like have fun with it. Like have fun with.
So is the big night Friday night or Thursday night? Because I know you're getting off the boat on Saturday, I'm guessing.
You're getting off the boat Friday morning.
Oh, okay. So is Thursday night like the big night,
Thursday
or
night
did that Wednesday?
Thursday night's the like goodbye, say goodbye to everybody you met. Make sure
everybody's sad.
Everyone's happy because it was like a good time. Like they did what they did as a send off. Like they played Fozzy again. Jericho was just grateful and thanking everybody, and then they put on a couple matches. Tony Khan got to speak. He was on the boat. Cody wrestled. Moxley did a toast. Moxley was still wearing the eye patch at that time.
Yeah. Did Jericho wrestle?
Jericho, I don't think he did. I don't think so. He only wrestled for the Dynamite taping.
Oh,
he didn't do any live, he didn't do any live matches, I don't think.
Now, so the Friday morning, is it just like crazy? Do you have a flight to catch, or do you like, are you going home like that Saturday or Sunday?
So that Friday, I had plans to go to Fort Lauderdale to get a flight from there to Houston for the Royal Rumble.
Oh my gosh, this is all in this. Oh my God.
10 days.
That sounds amazing. Were you going to the Rumble alone or with the same guys?
There was a group of the same group. They had to go home, I think, because
you parted ways with them, and
I parted ways with them when we said goodbye. We had to basically go through customs and everything since we were coming back from the Bahamas. We got stuff, and I got on a big shuttle bus. I think it was a Greyhound, and then I got to Fort Lauderdale. And then I flew to Houston, and I was meeting up with some of the fans that were doing the same thing that I was.
Oh, cool.
And then I met up with people that I met in Survivor Series in Chicago. There was there's the Facebook groups. You're like, somebody says, "Hey, who wants to meet up?" Meet up somewhere. Yeah.
So, the cruise. How was the food overall? Would you say?
The one night where I went to the fancy diner, the food was really good. I got like I think lamb chops.
Oh, nice.
It was really good. It was really fancy. They gave you like a menu with like asparagus and like a steak or whatnot. Different from what you were getting every day in the morning and in the afternoon.
Yeah. And good desserts, I imagine.
Well, everyone was a fan of the custard machine.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
I think that broke the one night. They only had strawberry. Everyone was pissed.
So it obviously was an amazing experience. And then you were could you buy tickets for the next one on that?
We were, yeah, so that cruise, they said, oh, we're coming back with the triple whammy, February 1st to the 5th of 2021. We're like, yes, everyone was hooting and hollering. So May of last year comes around, and everyone gets an automated phone call from Chris Jericho.
Okay.
Like, he was like registered. He's like, oh, we're sorry, we have to tell you, like, with the global pandemic, it doesn't look like things are going to be okay. To do the cruise, we want everyone to be safe. We're pushing it back to October 21st to the 25th of 2021. So that was kind of like everyone was doing the pre-sales during the pandemic, thinking, okay, this thing's going to be over by December, but it wasn't. You know?
Do you think it's even gonna? Do you think it's gonna happen in 2021, or it's up in the air?
There's something
no one knows, I guess.
I feel like it will, but there's something being talked about, like with how people travel. You'll need like a vaccine card to prove that you got vaccinated. You heard about that?
Yeah, my at the where I live at the university, they you have to have you have to get tested 2 or 3 times a week, every student, to get into any building, and you have a card, and they scan it outside a building, and it says was tested negative yesterday at 3:06. So that's what I imagine is going to be happening everywhere.
Yeah, vaccine passport, I think it's called. Yeah.
You know what? If they have that going, then
if everyone gets immunized by July or August, maybe. But if they push it back, I still want to get my money's worth. I don't want them to cancel it altogether, because this time around, people had the option to cancel their cruise because of this. And it was actually like with people I asked last January, they were like, oh, no, I'm not going because I have this or that for February of this year. But then when the pandemic hit, a lot of them booked the cruise.
Are tickets sold out?
I think there is, but if you could find somebody, there's actually like another Facebook group. I don't know if you've seen it in Pro Wrestling Junkies. There's a Facebook group for Chris Jericho cruisers, where if you wanted to room up with people, you could.
Oh, okay.
So the people that I went with last time already had people that wanted to go this time. So I was kind of like the odd man out, but I said, okay, I'll find somebody else. And I did find somebody. And then we found another person. And then
to room with?
But then the one guy had to back out. And then we had to pick up another person. So
how do you know if they're like weird? And not weird, like, everyone's weird, but like, were you be nervous closing your eyes at night?
Well, the one, I mean, I don't think none of that will happen. Yeah,
everyone's there for the same reason.
But the one I've actually seen on the last cruise, and he travels a lot like I do. So, like, he's a committed fan, and he lives in Hawaii. So, I don't, because if that happens on the boat, what are you there for?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's going to turn on you.
Yeah.
This sounded amazing. I want to go so badly now. I just want to leave my kids and wife behind and just go. Maybe even never come back. But at the very least for this, is it difficult to get tickets?
It's not so much tickets. So for this time around, you have to know who a lead passenger is. So for my reservation, I'm a lead passenger. I can pick and choose who comes on and whatnot. Make sure that they're paid up to date. Like, we just had a payment a week ago for January, and the next payment will all be paid off. So it's just, you have to know who you're going with and like who's on top of things, because you don't want to have that one rotten egg.
This was amazing for me at the very least.
I do have the memorabilia stuff.
Let's see for sure. Hold on.
So we all got a foam finger. No, actually,
oh, okay. Go on. That's awesome. Second way to do this.
Yeah. So that was they had a shop. They had like a shop that Pro Wrestling Tee set up, and there was times that you had to be there by in order to get merch.
Okay.
And my one buddy was drunk. He spent like $400 on stuff. And I'm like, oh my God.
Oh God. They probably had a lot of cases like that. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so then it says like, yeah, that.
Oh, sweet.
This one's my favorite.
That's a cool one.
And then it has everybody who was a part of it.
Oh, see, I'm surprised they didn't give that to everybody. Like that wasn't waiting in everyone's room.
This one was the one that was handed to us.
Oh, as you're getting on?
No, when we got to the store, we had to give them our key card, and they had to scan everything. So like I had this the whole time, like so people knew who I was.
Yeah. So are you okay?
And then I had that.
That's your key card?
My key card. And then they gave us a bottle of the bubbly. They gave every stateroom a bottle of the bubbly, but I didn't drink it. I left mine because I knew I was traveling and I knew that I couldn't get it on the plane. And then everyone got like a little luggage tag.
Oh, cool.
And then ironically, I just opened this today, but it's the poster.
Oh, are you gonna get that framed?
You know, after you said that, I might. I had to find something.
Cool.
And then they actually had professional pictures take. They had different AEW rings set up throughout the ship. So this was on night 2. They
Oh, cool.
See, in my right hand is the fantasy football championship, and then the one on the left is a replica AEW.
Oh, that's funny. Your fantasy football championship. That's great.
I lost it this year, but I had it with me. So, yeah, I have to send you some of the pictures that I've got. I think the most entertaining person on that cruise was Jake Hager. Very, very cool guy. Him and his wife.
So, can I ask you to play a quick finish this sentence game? It's nothing mind blowing or anything. Some simple statements.
Yeah.
Okay. I threw up blank times on the cruise.
None.
Awesome. I felt blank the day we disembarked.
I felt thrilled.
Good one. And finally, I would usually fill up blank plates at the breakfast buffet.
At the breakfast buffet, I would fill up bacon. I would eat a lot of the bacon from that.
Are you coming back to your table with a tray of food or just like one plate?
I mean, majority of the plate is bacon, but I'm having the eggs, the fruit, I'm having the omelets.
And there's so much of it there too. They serve a ton of stuff.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
Like I said, everyone got sick after, so we don't know if people got COVID.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so how long after did you start realizing people had gotten sick?
People were blowing up the Facebook page probably when I got back from the Rumble that Monday. So probably 3 days, because I got in Houston Friday. That Monday, things were blowing up about people getting sick, and it was specifically on deck 10. We don't know why people on deck 10 were getting sick.
Okay.
So I knew of the pandemic working in healthcare probably since November, but I didn't think something serious.
Yeah.
Like what had happened in March where people were getting locked on cruise ships.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So some of the first COVID killed the cruise industry. Like it was, when COVID first hit and all those people were stuck on the boats.
Right. And eventually on the Facebook pages, there were a couple people that I met that actually passed away from the COVID.
No way.
Yeah, but they got it like
that's
later. Yeah, they got it
Oh,
later.
it wasn't from your cruise.
It wasn't from our cruise. It was like
Okay.
later on, and they're like posting like memorial stuff. So it was sad. It's like, oh, I was looking forward to seeing like them.
Yeah. Oh, well, that ends on a sour note, but whatever, that's fine. You lived, and let's celebrate that.
Yeah.
All right, Gorm, thank you so much for coming on. This was, again, as I said, especially just for me, like selfishly, this was awesome. It was everything I wanted to know about. But we will be in touch and have you on again on one of the shows. Maybe you'll become a wrestler and we'll have you on all three. We haven't had anyone on all three yet. So
what's the third one?
That one is Toilet Side Wrestling Talk, where I interview wrestlers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but if you go back and watch the Dynamite episode, you may see me after.
I'm gonna go back and watch like the video.
Watch when the tag belts are won by Hangman and Kenny.
Okay, then
you can see me.
I can find you there. All right, cool. All right, thank you again. Really appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of this week and a nice weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Brad. Thanks for having me on.
Take care. Pleasure, Gorm. Thank you.
Ya. Bye.
Yeah.